Hello, this is Thomas and Evan talking about the Evoc 20 filter bank, which can be used to create sort of vocoder-like sounds on non-vocal instruments. So we just have a drum track set up which sounds like this. Pretty basic. So I'm going to run you through all of the formant and filtering section of the plugin, and then Thomas will take you through the LFOs and the outputs. So first of all, we have the high and low frequency parameters, which is this blue bar up at the top. Pretty much can be used like you would a high pass filter or a low pass filter to edit the highest and lowest frequencies that are being allowed through. So if I bring this up, you can see the lowest frequency being allowed through the filter is coming up, and then likewise comes down as well. So I'll give you an example of that. That one's pretty straightforward. Next we have the frequency band faders, which are used to set the levels of each individual frequency in the spectrum. Again, it's pretty straightforward. You can do quite an interesting thing if you click on an empty space and then drag. You can draw patterns. So say you wanted to do like a mid cut here, or whatever. If you wanted like a high pass filter, you can do that sort of stuff. And likewise with the other filter section as well. So this guy over here is the formant shift feature. This will move the whole frequency range up or down, obviously depending on where it's set to. So I'll show you what that sounds like. So next up, this is the slope pop-up menu. This sets the amount of attenuation on both of the filter banks. So number 1 will apply 6 dB, and number 2 will apply 12 dB. It's the only real difference is when you have it set to 12, it sounds a bit brighter. So pretty straightforward. This one's quite cool. It sets the number of frequencies that you can alter. So the max you can have is 20, and you can bring it all the way down to just 5, and obviously anywhere in between. These two buttons, the lowest and the highest, will set whether the lowest frequency is used as a band pass, or if it is used as a high pass. So when it's set to the high pass, it will allow all frequencies under this range they will be at the same level as whatever this slider's at, and likewise for the highest, all frequencies above this range will be at the same level as this one. This is the resonance feature. This sounds quite weird, but pretty much what it does is it emphasizes the center frequency in each band. It really sort of makes it pop and sound more. This is the sort of vocodery sounding part of the plugin. And then we have the AB slider as well. So this can set the levels for each side of the parallel series. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And then we have the boost for both A and B as well. This is used just in case you say you have like a really extreme filtering on this one and you've lost a lot of volume from it. You can just boost it up here to keep the levels the same. And I'll pass you over to Thomas now to talk about the LFOs and the output section.
Right, so next we'll move on to the modulation side of the plugin. So first of all, you have the LFO shift section, and here you can increase the intensity of the shift between each parameter. So what I'd like to do if I want to find the right intensity is just pull it up to the top and then play and slowly drag it down. And drag it down until you find the amount you want. And then right next to that you have the rate of this. So you can either have it locked onto the logic tempo with it modulating in the 4-bar time, and if you slide it all the way over to the right, you can have it so it's at random times and different frequencies. So you can just set it to the seconds instead of how many bars you want it to frequent. And then next to this you have the different waveforms. Here you can change how you want it to sound, so you can choose different ones. If you want to create a fader, you can set it to this one, and then again turn up the intensity and drag it down until you find the right one you want. And then next to this you have the LFO fade, which is just the same as the shift, except it's used to boost how much signal is going on this fader here to each part. Alright, on to the final section, which is the master levels, the output level, section. So at the top you just have the standard overdrive button, which if you turn on you can hear it, and if you want to find the right levels, you can turn up the boost knobs to find the right amount of overdrive you want. After this you just have the basic level slider, and it just finds how much volume you want. And then under this you have the stereo mode button, and you can switch between whether you want a mono signal or a stereo signal. So if you choose mono, these two will be in the same stereo. And then if you change it to the stereo mode, you can have it so each filter is in a different headphone, and you can change the intensity of that with the stereo width. So if you have it at the lowest, they'll just be coming through both headphones at the same level, and then the more you turn it, the more it'll change between different headphones. So that's about it. Thank you for listening. This is the Evoc filter bank.